It's Jurassic World. This movie really sucks. It makes no sense at all. This franchise is dead. You can't bring it back even if you clone the... I got nothing left. This movie is too dumb. I went way further with that opening gag than I thought I could.
Yes,
hey everyone, it's me, Aaron.
I'm Michelle.
This is our post-Geekout reaction for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
More like Fallen franchise.
Woo! If that ain't the metaphor, dear God.
It's like, I just wanted to see some dinosaurs. I was not expecting it to be like so depressing at the end.
There's even problems with your whole, like, I just want to see dinosaurs thing. It's like, did ya? Is that what you got out of this? Do you feel like seeing these guys just lock up in cages for an entire, like, movie?
Yeah, that's the thing. The trailer really tricks you. It's like, oh, hey, these dinosaurs are running free and everything, but they're gonna get captured.
There's two trailers for this thing. The first trailer, it makes it look like they're just going to the island to save these things as it's being destroyed. It's like, okay, that's a whole movie in and of itself. The second trailer shows that at the beginning, and then it shows, like, we're selling them off, they're going off into, like, weapons dealers and this stuff. It's like, okay, that's a movie in and of itself. Neither of them is the movie in and of itself. They're both half of both of those things.
Yeah.
So it feels like you have two incomplete movies in here. Because when it got to that point in which they were actually now selling off the dinosaurs, I was like, how much time is left in this?
Yeah, it's like, at that point, it's like, this does not feel like a Jurassic Park movie or Jurassic World movie.
It's one of those things where it's like, either give us Jurassic Park / World, or just completely go into something new. And this is that weird in-between awkward film in which is like, I don't know what you think you're doing here with this. But okay, for anybody who hasn't checked out Post Geekout Reaction, well, you know that it's just a discussion between the two of us about the thing that we just watched, and that does include spoilers. However, we have changed up the format. We now no longer talk about spoilers until the very end. So if you have not seen the movie yet, you're totally fine. This is just a review here at the beginning. Although reviews makes it sound like it's a little bit more well thought out, more constructed. This is just gonna be like, what the fuck was this thing?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to like talk about what the fuck this is without going into spoilers.
Stupid. No, you can do it.
I guess so, yeah.
But there's only really two spoiler things in here. One of them is worth talking about a little, but the other one, okay, I'll just go ahead and like vaguely hint at. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. I'll just say there is a reveal about a certain character in here, and I looked at it and went, what does that have to do with anything? If that reveal had not been in this movie, would it have changed anything about this film? I'm probably casting a huge shout behind me on that, sorry.
Well, maybe it would have changed something, but we'll get into that when we talk about spoilers.
Maybe, okay, yeah, okay, I guess. Alright.
Oh, yeah.
So basically what this film is that Owen and Science Lady from the last one.
The love interest.
God. It's Bryce Dallas Howard playing her, right?
I think so.
I think so. I know it's somebody who's way too good for this role. But yeah. Which, by the way, in the last film, she was kind of like, hey, I'm all about making money for the park. And now this one's like, no, we must save the dinosaurs. Like, where did that motivation come in for you?
I was like, first off, maybe if you were like that in the first movie, you would have like...
What? Yeah, like late in this film, someone actually points to her and goes, weren't you the one who created the Indominus Rex? All so that you could just make more money for the park? And I was like, yeah! When did this motivation come out for you? Basically, they have discovered that a volcano, itchy ear. They have discovered that a volcano has become active on the park, and it's going to basically destroy the entire island, killing off all the dinosaurs. So, it's raising all these questions of, okay, well, should we go back in there and rescue them? Do we have like a moral obligation to try and save these one-of-a-kind animals? But when you think about it, they only exist because we created them.
Yeah, it's like... The dinosaurs got wiped out first time around, so why should we care if they get wiped out a second time? They're not meant to like live in this time period. They've had their time on Earth.
And here's the thing, that's an interesting conversation. That could be an entire movie.
Yes, but it's not.
Instead, it's one scene with Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to come in here like a fanboy of like the original franchise, or like, you know, one of these hipsters out there who have just rediscovered Jeff Goldblum. I always knew Jeff Goldblum was awesome. I'm glad he's finally finally has his time coming back here. And I'm also really glad that Jeff Goldblum knows what he is. I'm glad that Jeff Goldblum is aware that he is becoming famous because he's so weird. And he's just like, all right, cool, I'll roll with that. He's fine with that. You know what? Jeff Goldblum, he is living the best life right now. He knows how to be famous. He's doing it. But I don't mean to come in here and sound like a Jeff Goldblum fanboy, but his one scene that is like literally a minute long is the best performance in this entire movie. It's the best writing, the best delivery in there. He doesn't come in there and just go, life finds a way, like you see in the trailers.
Yeah.
No, he comes in there and he's actually got some actual good new lines.
It's like, they just said, say life finds a way, do it for the trailers.
They didn't even put it in this movie, which is good for them. Yeah, they actually come up with an even better line for him, I think, because he's talking about we're at the forefront of genetic manipulation. We don't know what it's going to bring. We are about to see great change. It's like, okay, well, what do you mean when you mean change? It's like, change is like death. You don't know what it is until it's right there at your doorstep. And I was like, that's actually, for this character, that's a good line to give him. Way better than just having him repeat the same thing. That is a minute long, it's gone, and then it is just the dumbest goddamn film after that. I was sitting there the entire time just like, all right, it's doing nothing for me right now, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, this ain't that good, but it's not bad. It's getting into bad, but it's not awful. It's continuing down the same path. Oh god, this movie was just continuously just like sliding down, and I kept holding on to, well, you know what, the last film was really dumb too. But I enjoyed it, because we got cool stuff with dinosaurs in there. So I looked at kind of like a Fast and the Furious film, in which I was just kind of like, yeah, you know what, screw the plot, screw all this other stuff. Is it jokey, enjoyable enough characters doing awesome stuff with big CGI stuff? I can live with that. Man, I was bored out of my skull throughout this entire film. Like, this film didn't do anything for me. Like, again, maybe it's just me, but throughout this entire film, whenever it was supposed to be like this big, oh no, is everyone going to be okay moment? I was like, I don't care.
That's the thing.
I don't give a crap.
I did not really care much for the people. I like the dinosaurs. But that's it. And even then, the dinosaurs were not really that...
The dinosaurs aren't really like characters in this one
or
anything. Yeah, it's...
Even the big bad villain was really over the top.
They gotta stop. Okay. That's another thing. Later on in this film, they reveal okay, we are merging the DNA of other dinosaurs to create a new monstrous dinosaur that we're going to sell as a weapon. You gotta stop hyping these new made-up dinosaurs so much, because you know what you give us at the end? Just another dinosaur. And I hate to come in here and be like, yeah, dinosaur, big whoop. But that was kind of what the last film was all about. I actually kind of applaud the last film because it was kind of coming in here and just basically saying, yeah, man, people aren't that really impressed by dinosaurs anymore. It was kind of just a metaphor for the whole franchise. Yeah, have you seen what other movies are doing these days? We gotta amp this up, man. Just dinosaurs by themselves. They ain't doing anything. They ain't gonna impress the audiences anymore. So I was like, okay, I can give you some credit for that thing. But the Indominosaurus that they created, I was just like, yeah, it's just a big white T-Rex. That's it. And then this one's we mixed that with a raptor.
Oh,
it's
so
just a slightly bigger raptor.
Yes.
It's dude, I'm sorry, but unless you give me giant horns coming out of a raptor and dragon wings on this thing,
just make a dragon.
Just make a fucking dragon. Brother, we are living in 2018. Raptors don't do it anymore. Okay?
We want dragons.
God damn it. Unless you are creating Godzilla, just a big lizard ain't gonna impress us anymore. They show this thing off, and I was like, you know what? If you didn't hype the crap out of this thing, if you just had this thing pop up in the forest while they were hunting down for blue or something, it's I've never even seen that thing before. It's a new crossbreed of a raptor. I was okay, that's kind of cool because it looks like a bigger raptor. So I was this is the ultimate weapon. We have combined the DNA of every deadly dinosaur into one thing. Oh, hey, slightly bigger raptor. Done. It is so just a waste of screen time. And then, oh, goddamn. All right, but we're jumping ahead a little bit. So basically, this rich guy, he was a friend of John Hammond, and he's even holding the staff that John Hammond had with the mosquito and Amber in there. And he's trying to get the dinosaurs off of there to this other island that they own, but the island is completely contained, like it loops her into itself.
It's supposed to be a sanctuary. It's like no tourists at all, where the dinosaurs will live peacefully and not be bothered.
So they need, God, I want to say Bryce Dallas Howard. They need love interest and Owen, who I only know his name because they like kept yelling Owen throughout the whole film. I was like, okay, I got it at least.
But you could just say Chris Pratt, and everyone will know what you're talking about.
Yeah. They need love interest and Chris Pratt to go back to the island with their special elite task force, so that way they can activate the systems again that will activate all the tracking devices so they can hunt down all the remaining dinosaurs. And I'm sorry, we talked about this last week with The Incredibles, but this is even worse. How long did it take you to realize, oh, these are the bad guys?
Yeah.
I mean, when they land, the guy who is leading this expedition, who I really thought was Yondu. I mean, I thought that was Michael Rooker, and I was gonna be like, man, I'll give you some credit on like pairing him and Chris Pratt up in this movie. That was ballsy, but no, it's Michael Rooker ripoff. They land on this island, and when they land, he was just like they had him sneer as much as he could when they landed. I was like, did you even try and hide this? Like, is this supposed to be a reveal when all this goes down? And they bring along with them these two like volunteers who were working at the Save the Dinosaur hotline that they set up. I hated them.
I know, it's like, I get it, you need the nerd to hack the computers and you need the veterinarian to take care of the dinosaurs, but...
Make them fucking likable. And like, I was trying to at least like the veterinarian. Yeah. I was like, alright, she's got some brass balls. They're like, she's a tough one. She's got a stick to it. I was like, no, she's really just a paper thin ass like stereotype of, yeah, tough lady. Done. I was like, you want to give her like anything else, like a backstory? You want to give her like any personality other than I just tell off the mean guy? I was like, want to give him anything? No? Okay, it's just one bland dimension. Okay.
And then the nerdy guy was like,
oh, fuck that kid.
It's like, oh dear, I hope there aren't any T-Rexes. Oh, we want bug spray. I don't like going outside. It's like, wow.
Why are you here? There had to be another like... I'm sorry. Also, you're a computer expert, and you don't find the idea of going to a dinosaur island interesting. Like, give me that guy. Give me the like computer scientist who's like, oh man, dinosaurs! I can't wait to see dinosaurs. And then maybe when he sees the dinosaur for the first time, then he starts screaming like Homer.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, I changed my mind. No, this is cool. I take it all back. I was like, okay, that would kind of be an interesting thing. No, he's just a coward through and through until the end when he has to do the one cool thing because that's what cowards do in movies. I was like, God, and the two of them disappear for so long in this movie. I forgot they were in it until they came back at the very end. I was like,
I honestly thought that they were gonna die because they were just that dispensable.
So dispensable. Oh my gosh. And here's the thing. I'm wagging a big old finger at them. And I know it makes it sound like I'm going, yay, but praise the two protagonists from the last film. They suck in this movie too. I kind of liked them in the last one. I mean, they weren't really that interesting, but they had some stuff to them.
Yeah.
They were kind of, unique characters. And the performances were good enough in that one. They have nothing to do in this film. They have nothing to do but just scream and run. That is it. This movie just got stupid with its action. There was a moment in which a velociraptor runs away from an explosion. Like does the cool guys don't look back at explosions run from an explosion. I was like, wow, this should be dumb. I mean, this should be smart. It's dumb. Why did I say smart? This should be cool, but it's not. It's just really dumb. It's making me stupider thinking about this movie. Oh, god damn. I'm trying to think of like anything that I really enjoyed about this film, and I can't come up with squat other than like the opening is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's about all I got in this one. But basically, yeah, like we said, they betray them. They weren't taking them to this sanctuary. They were gonna sell them off as weapons or to pharmaceutical agencies to study them and stuff like that. They get Toby, what's his name? Toby Cooper? Is that his name?
It?
It's like Toby something. I can't remember his name. Arnim Zola from the Captain America films. He is known for playing like the wormy evil guy, basically. But they get him in here to be the auctioneer who brings all these evil people together and then starts selling them off. then guess what? The giant evil dinosaur that they create, it breaks loose and starts running around.
Oh, who would have thought?
Yeah, there's like no tension in that thing at all. Like, it would be a much more interesting film if it didn't break free and it got into the hands of the evil guys who then wanted to start like mass producing this thing. But, God, yeah, and then it just turns into they're running around a big mansion trying to hide from Big Raptor. Mm-hmm. But luckily we have Good Raptor to go in there to handle. That's another thing about this movie. They keep trying to set it up like Blue is Chris Pratt's dog.
Yeah.
Like, Blue is like his trusty friend. He raised him from a baby. They have a special connection. And it was like, you want to make like a boy and his dinosaur story? I'm down. I'm all for that. I can get on board with that. But it doesn't fucking work if literally every time that they see each other, he has to convince Blue all over again not to eat him. Like, every single time he sees him, it's like, okay, you know me, girl. You know me. And that worked in the last film because it wasn't supposed to be a boy and his dog kind of situation. In that one, it was, can man actually tame the most dangerous creatures from the last film? Mm-hmm. And then and that's why it was like, shit, man, I don't know if this is a good idea. So there actually was tension to every time he goes up to Blue or all the other raptors. Then at the end of the last film, when all the other raptors turn on him, except Blue, it was like, holy cow, he did it! He formed a special connection with this one raptor. That's actually, they actually have like a bond thing going on there. That's nice. In this film, it's like, yeah, we already know he has the bond, and we already know they're going to team up, and we already know that they're going to be friends forever, whatever. So now whenever he goes to him, it's like, you know me, girl. It's like, move this the fuck along already. We know where this is going. You are eating up so much time with this. Oh, there is no tension to it in this movie whenever he does the, you know me. Come on, girl. Come on. Don't eat me. It's like, okay, all you're doing by this is taking away from the emotional impact of the boy and his dinosaur style story. And there's no tension to it because we had the tension in the last film and we know that's resolved. We know it's not coming up in this one. Mm-hmm. So, God, yeah, it was such just falling on its freaking face in this one. But another thing about this movie is like the winner of the most scenes that made me go, why didn't you do this? Why is this character doing this?
Yeah.
God, there were so many. Again, not getting into spoilers, but you know when the villain has the hero captured and you're like, why wouldn't the villain just kill the hero at that moment? I'm pretty forgiving on that because it's like, well, the villain has like a big ego and they want the hero to see the master plan being blown, or they want to kill them at a specific location, or they don't have the time right now to kill them. They have to run off and do another thing right now. There's a moment in which the villain of this movie, him and his henchman, who has a gun standing right there, have them locked up in a jail cell. And the auction is starting upstairs, but it's not like, oh, it's starting now. I can't be late for even a second. It's like, no, they're all still just taking their seats. You got plenty of time. And it's not like, well, I want you to see my master plan. It's like, no, he doesn't care about master plan. He just cares about making money. He's about to make a ton of money. And it's not like, oh, well, I need to kill you in front of this thing. No, that's not in there at all. He's like, he literally just tells them, I'm going to kill you. Guy standing right next to him who will do anything he says is holding a gun. Bye. Shoot him. Shoot him now. Why would you not? There is, again, me, the guy who's the most forgiving of the whole. Why would the villain not just kill the hero right then? I forgive that in almost every other movie. There is zero reason to let these heroes live at this moment. It's like, wow. You couldn't even think of an excuse at this moment. This is awful. But then there's so many other ones in here. Like, there's the moment in which, like, they have, as we said, the big mutant monster gets out of the cage. The reason it gets out of the cage is that this guy, they gave him this quirk where he wants to just collect dinosaur teeth. Again, this might be the smallest spoiler, the smallest one if you just want to know for this one, but it's not the big one. We're still holding out on that. He has this weird quirk where he goes up to dinosaurs and just plucks their teeth out. And he wants to make a necklace out of them. Mm-hmm. He does that once early on in the film. It never comes back again until this exact moment, like 10 minutes till the end of the movie. He shoots the dinosaur with a tranq dart, then just opens the cage, leaves the door open, walks inside there to try and steal the tooth out.
And like, here's the thing is like, the dinosaur is supposed to be like super intelligent too. Yep. So it's like, why didn't the dinosaur just take its hand out and like unlock it itself? Like...
Oh,
and also, is that the only locks they have on that cage? Like,
it was like one simple little tiny thing for this ultimate killing machine. Like, you're not even gonna put like an electronic lock on that thing or something? Like a special, like, you need a fingerprint or something scan, like eye scan on this thing. And when he comes in to like pull the dinosaur's teeth off, you see like he's on this side and dinosaur's face is facing the audience, and you see the dinosaur. Like the dinosaur is like looking like, you know what I'm about to do. Oh, he's suspicious. Hold on. He fell for it. He's just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Shut up. Don't be a goofy and terrifying. Like, even Freddy Krueger doesn't do that level of like goofy and scary.
Yeah, it's like they made like the evil dinosaur like way too cartoonish and ridiculous.
Dear
like,
God, did they ever?
Like especially like the scene where he's like creeping out at the girl, like you seen in the trailer, where it's like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get you! I'm gonna get you!"
Speaking of Freddy Krueger, he came out with a finger claws, just nah.
We're just gonna call him Freddy Krueger dinosaur.
Yeah,
like.
basically. Oh man, yeah. So this whole thing, like at the end with the mutant dinosaur, is really stupid. And oh god, there's another scene in which like the little girl who's the granddaughter of the rich guy who's trying to get all the dinosaurs off the island.
Mm-hmm. Basically, the guy who founded Jurassic Park. What was his name?
Yeah, the friend of John Hammond. It's not him.
Oh.
But he's carrying around John Hammond's staff, and it's like, it really feels like, man. It really feels like if the actor who played him hadn't died, they would have gotten him back for this and just had him the same guy. Mm-hmm. But because he did die, they're like, well, they were childhood friends and they're the same age and he's carrying around the same staff as him. Which there was a moment in which like they keep trying to hammer it into your head like, this is it. This is the end of Jurassic Park. This is the end of that thing that you knew. Like, they're trying to pull the nostalgic heartstrings because there's so many times in here, like, when they first get to Jurassic Park again, the first dinosaur you see is a Brontosaurus. Again. Mm-hmm. It's always going to be a Brontosaurus because, like, that was the first one that we saw. And, oh, you all remember that moment.
Well, technically, it's a Brachiosaurus since Brontosauruses don't exist.
I know, sorry. You got it. But, but yeah, it's like, that's the first one that we saw when we got to Jurassic Park. It's like, you remember that scene, all right? And then at the end, when they're leaving the island and you see like just lava and ash covering everything, the last dinosaur you see is the Brachiosaurus just being consumed by fire and ash. And like you see like our heroes looking back like, no. And it's supposed to be them turning to the audience like, yeah, that thing that you grew up loving, it's gone now. And it's like, it was already gone because you already rebooted the timeline, you idiots, because you didn't like the previous two movies. And I got news for you. I think this one's gonna get such bad reception that they might end up rebooting the franchise. Like, I would not be shocked if Jurassic Park ended up having more timelines than the Halloween franchise did at this point. Because, they're doing the exact same thing that the Halloween franchise did. Because Halloween came in here and was just, oh, nobody likes the past couple of these films where Michael Myers is now, like, the member of a cult and that's why he has supernatural powers. Like, all right, tell you what. All the films after the first one didn't happen anymore. We're getting Jamie Lee Curtis back in here. Bam. All right, that works. We're going to continue along this timeline. And we're giving it to Busta Rhymes. Oh, no one likes that one either? Deleting that entire second timeline. Only the first one happened again. And Jamie Lee Curtis is back. It's like, no, shut up. We don't care about this anymore. You've ruined this. And it's the same thing with this. It's like, oh, it's gone now. It's like, it was already gone.
Yeah. It's like the thing that kind of pissed me off about the Brachiosaurus is like when they first see it, it's like they do move in herds, and I'm looking at this one, it's like, so where's your herd? Where's your herd?
It's almost like the people who made this one didn't care at all. Wow. Here's the thing, I had so many people critique the first movie, the first Jurassic World, calling it like really stupid and all this other stuff. I could see the critiques, but to me, it was just a popcorn film. Like, to me, it was a fun popcorn film. You go in there, you shut your brain off for a little bit, and you enjoy it. Man, I am with you guys on this one. Mm-hmm. In fact, honestly, this thing is like a 56% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm like, how the hell do half the people like this movie? Apologies to the people who did like it, because I know that there are people in my audience who did like it. I'm very sorry, but man, I ain't with you on this one. I'm sorry. There was another thing that they did to try and just like pull on those nostalgic heartstrings. I cannot remember what it was though.
Random T-Rex cameo?
Oh, that's... Man, that T-Rex was a contractual obligation. That T-Rex was Jeff Goldblum in this film. It's like, alright, they're paying me. Rah, rah, rah.
It's like, here I am. Okay, I'm gonna roar. Okay, bye now.
He does nothing.
It doesn't.
There's a moment in which they're trying to escape the island, and they are being like attacked by a brand new dinosaur. Like I think it's an Allosaur.
No, I think Carnosaur.
Carnosaur, okay.
Yeah,
but it's like a smaller version of a T-Rex, but with like spikes on its head.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool, something new in here. T-Rex comes in, bites it along the neck, and then just runs across. And it's like, our heroes are right there. You came in just to save the heroes and then leave. That's not your job, T-Rex. Yeah, man, But no, there's another thing that was just like one of those like, yeah, it's all gone now. I was like, oh no, I remember what it was, because I was talking about the guy who was John Hammond's friend. Mm-hmm. There comes that moment, he's still holding John Hammond's staff with the mosquito and the hammer. There comes that moment in which the staff falls in slow motion and it just shatters. Mm-hmm. This thing that we've been looking at this entire franchise, it's gone. It's like, yeah, it's all gone. That thing, that beautiful dream, it's all gone now. I was like, that could not be a better metaphor for what this franchise has become. Because it's every single one of these movies was the first film, the park works, and it's great. And then every other film was everything is fucked up now. That's what this film is, really. It's like, yeah, that great, amazing thing is gone. It was like, I know you're talking about the park, but what you don't realize is you're kind of talking about this franchise. Mm-hmm. You're kind of talking about how it's gone. Like, man, you saw that news story about how the Star Wars, like, angry trolls just want to remake Last Jedi. And I was like, grow the fuck up. You didn't like an installment in your franchise. It happened. Ask the Jurassic Park fan.
Yes. If anything, they should remake the prequels.
Honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to that one. Me and my very real investors are Peach. Peach, where are you? I need my investor here.
I think she's sleeping.
Okay, whatever. My investor will be with you in a moment. But okay, I think, there are some moments with the dinosaurs that I found interesting, like the opening with the giant water one. I'm a sucker for water dinosaurs, because to me they're actually really freaking terrifying.
Yeah, like anything in the ocean is pretty scary.
Yeah, like you get into the ocean and there's a monster in there, you're not making it out. You can't swim faster than them. But yeah, that's kind of cool, but it's here like bam, bam, done. That's it, like very quick. And then there's one moment where Chris Pratt has to jump through a T-Rex's mouth to escape. So I was like, oh, okay, that actually made me jump a little bit. Like, oh, I got nothing out. Like, my heart never raced. I never got any excitement out of this. I'm like, I felt nothing throughout this entire movie. Like, again, we're kind of stopping doing the reviews on this channel because we're just doing the post-Geekout reactions because they get way better views and it takes way less work. But if you want my numerical score on this thing, man, again, it kept dropping. Like, I was like, all right, it's a 7, 6, 5, 4. When I left the theater, it was a 4. Talking about here, I gotta give this thing a 3. I'll go 3.5. I will go 3.5 on this thing. But man, this thing really just dropped the ball on almost every level for me. What about you? If you had to give it a number?
I don't know, I guess maybe a 4 or a 5.
Okay,
I'm a bit more forgiving than you.
Yeah, like you just want to see dinosaurs, so you
I want to see dinosaurs and Chris Pratt, and I got dinosaurs and Chris Pratt, but honestly, I could just see Jurassic World if I want to see that. I don't have to see this movie.
Yeah, man. I didn't even find Chris Pratt to be like charming in this film or anything. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but
the reason why this is such like a low score for me is because like the ending just like pissed me off and depressed me at the same time.
God, did it ever?
And should we start talking about spoilers?
It's spoiler time.
Okay.
So everybody tune out if you haven't. Yeah, it's spoiler time here. All right. So we've been following this little girl the entire film.
Not really.
No, we haven't. You're right. I take back immediately what I just said. I immediately, wow.
She was just lurking in the background. Like.
This movie wanted to trick us into thinking that we were following this little girl the entire time. Because they wanted us to care about her so much. And like, every time that they tried to make us care about her, I just looked at her like, I don't know who the fuck you are. You just popped up here and they told us you were important. Like, we've got nothing on you at all. Her entire personality is, I'm creeping around, listening to this guy. Ooh.
She creeps around.
Grandpa! That's her entire personality. That and at the beginning, she's like, "Rawr, I'm a dinosaur." I'm never going to do that ever again throughout the entire film. All right, wow. And I heard somebody in our audience, as soon as she just did the like, "Rawr, I'm a dinosaur" thing. I was like, some little girl, some lady in the audience just said, "I love her." And I went, "That's all it took? All right, fine, whatever. Whatever, I'm not judging. But man, after that, that's how we're introduced to her. After that, she has no personality at all in this film other than run from bad guy. That's it. Like, you could have had like a wind-up car and would have had just as much personality as she did in this film. Just pull it back, let it go, and have a bad guy chasing that little car. Would have the exact same amount of impact as this little kid. Yeah, she is bad in this film. Not the actress, she does what she's told to do. I mean the character herself. There's no purpose to her.
Honestly, I just feel like the Jurassic Park movies do not know how to use children.
I like the kids in the first one.
The first one is the exception.
Yes.
But after that, it's like, wow, you just want kids in here to like entertain the kids because the dinosaurs weren't enough.
But with all the other films, they at least tried with the kids. In the second movie, that kid had personality. Like, it was Jeff Goldblum's kid. So I was like, all right, instant connection back to the previous one. She's a gymnast. We know that about her. She used her gymnastic skills to beat up a raptor, which was really stupid. But when I was like 12 or whenever I saw that, I thought it was cool. Mm-hmm. So again, it was made to appeal to the kids out there. I was like, hey, at least it worked. I don't remember the kid from the third one at all. But in Jurassic World, again, at least they had like a backstory to them. They had kind of a connection to the other characters in this film. Like, you saw that they cared about each other, so that when they were in danger and trying to get to help each other, it's like, okay, you feel like they're paying for each other. You know that they've got some trouble going on back home, so that's a thing going on with them. This kid has nothing. Nothing. Good day, sir. Yeah, she is so non-existent as a character, but as soon as she meets up with love interest and not Indiana Jones, they instantly are just like, are you okay, honey? Oh, you remember me, right? Even though we've never talked at all. Here, I will protect you at all times. And at least she had seen love interest before. Not Indiana Jones has never met her at all in this entire film.
I was kind of expecting him to approach her like he would approach Blue. It's like, hey, we're friends. We're friends, right?
That could have been, honestly, this movie needed some humor in it, and if he had done that, and then she turned to him and just went, she's not a dinosaur, you idiot. I don't have experience with kids. Like, that would have been a good joke.
Yeah.
We don't get that because there are no good jokes in this thing. This movie, god damn. But yeah, like, they are we instantly love this child and we'll protect her until we die kind of thing. It's like, okay, you want to protect kids, I understand that, but we don't care about her at all. Like, this movie has not convinced us that she is a real person, that she is somebody that, like, we need to be invested in, that's somebody that we need to care about. Instead, it's just a thing that's here. I've been poking fun at love interest by calling her love interest because it's the only thing that she is written as in this movie. Little kid will just be written as MacGuffin. Thing that needs to be protected. That's it. That is the only reason she is in here, so that they have something to protect. But they put a twist in here. In which it's revealed she is not the rich guy's granddaughter. It's a clone of his daughter who died. Mm-hmm. And at that moment, I just went, oh. So, I see, so you're going into like human genetics here. They're using the same cloning technology from the dinosaurs on people. It's like, okay, you're setting up like future stuff here, I guess, of where it's like, oh, genetic stuff is now run amok, and are we playing God? But we've already been discussing that ever since the first film, so that's nothing really new. But there came a moment later on in which I was thinking about this, and I just went, that literally means nothing.
Yeah.
At all. Like, it's not affecting the story at all. It's not giving her any backstory. There's literally nothing that adds to this character or to this story overall. Like, you're not delving into this at all. up until the very end, in which they see that like the ventilation system has broken, it's leaking toxic gas into the dinosaurs' cages. They're all dying, and then it's like, okay, should we let them out? Should we let them out into the world? Because if we do that, there's no going back. Dinosaurs now exist alongside human beings.
Yes. So, like, by the way, the mansion is like in California, I think.
I guess.
Yeah, somewhere in the United States.
I was honestly wondering that myself.
Yeah, like I could have sworn like when they did like the location shot, which was like really short, by the way, there was like in the corners like Northern California. It's like okay,
maybe, all right,
something like that.
I guess. So. Anywho, but yeah, so they're like, should we let them out of the cage? And then, I'm gonna look it up, because goddamn, I don't want to just keep calling her love interest. I think it's Bryce Dallas Howard, though. I'm almost 100% convinced that it is Bryce Dallas Howard. But anyway, so why'd I open up maps? So she's got her hand on the button, and she's just like, I can't do it. And then they're just sitting there like looking at these dinosaurs as they're dying. And it's just a very sad moment. And honestly, I was kind of impressed with the movie. It is Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, like I thought it was going to end there. It's like they're learning.
That's a pretty damn bold place to end this film.
Yeah, it's like, they're learning to accept the fact that they can't do anything for these animals and they need to move on. That is a good choice. And then the little kid pushes the button and releases all the dinosaurs, and I'm like, you stupid idiot!
And then she goes, they're living things like me. And I'm like, was that the only reason that you inserted this shitty ass she's a clone plot in here? Just so that you would have an excuse for her to open it? Just have Bryce Dallas Howard open the fucking cage. Or have Chris Pratt be the one who tells Bryce Dallas Howard, no, you can't do that. If you do, there's no going back. And then she just goes, I can't do it. But then he looks down, he sees Blue suffering, and then he opens it. Like, do something like that, and which is like, okay, I've learned a lesson about how you need to save these creatures. What are you looking at, Peach?
I don't know.
This is... Okay. My investor, everyone. Hi, I'm Peach R. Moneybacks. I know how to make Star Wars films. I can't wait to read the comments on this one. Anywho, so yeah, like now the dinosaurs just out there in the wild, and then it comes back to Jeff Goldblum, and he's talking about, we now have to learn, the world has changed. We've been from day one trying to exterminate ourselves, and now we've done it. We've completely changed the entire world. We now are going to be living, mankind and dinosaurs side by side. Welcome to Jurassic World.
It's like, he said it.
He said the line, everybody. And all I could think was, the only dinosaurs they had was, many of them were one of each species.
Yeah.
They can't even reproduce.
Yeah.
And there were like maybe tops.
Although they did learn to reproduce in the first movie, so.
They learned to like change their genders. It still took 2 of them to do it. Yeah, life finds a way to an extent. Pete, you wanna go over to her lap? There you go. There you go, girl. Yay, she found a way.
Yay.
But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, we saw how many dinosaurs there were. Many of these dinosaurs you only had one of. And even if you had ones that could reproduce, then you only have like 2 of them. Like we saw maybe tops, like a dozen, like let's say, we saw her open up like a dozen cages.
Yeah.
Let's say there were 2 in each cage. That's 24 dinosaurs that just got unleashed onto the world. They're gonna be extinct immediately. That is not enough to start up a new breed. That is not enough to like keep this race going. And also, as soon as like some hunter out there just learns, wait, there's fucking dinosaurs around, just roaming the woods? Oh man, I gotta bag that. You know that they will be dead immediately.
You know that they're just like, launch the nukes, like.
They're not gonna launch nukes on California. I don't know, this administration maybe.
I know, right? That's another thing. It's like, oh, yeah, we know we fucked up.
Okay, but yeah,
Peach.
Get down, girl.
Easy does it.
But yeah, it's one of those endings in which it was like, oh god, now the dinosaurs are out there, they'll be able to take over the world. It's like, this isn't like Planet of the Apes where a virus got released that's killing humans while it evolves lizards into dinosaurs. No, you just have like 12 dinosaurs roaming around, most of whom can't reproduce. This is not, the world is not changed. You have like a few random, very rare animals roaming around California right now, and again, as soon as hunters find out about this, they're gone. Yeah, man, it's stupid. It's an awful ending.
It's like, this is going to be a spin-off to an animated series starring Chris Pratt and Blue, and they're going to round up all the dinosaurs and find them a place that they can stay. God, basically, it's like...
Back in the 90s, they would have done that. You remember when everything in the 90s got like a cartoon spin-off?
I was like poking fun at Lilo and Stitch. That's they made
Oh, that's what they did?
Yeah, that's what they did in the series. They rounded up
I was thinking the Godzilla spin-off.
Oh, but I was like, yeah, in Lilo and Stitch, the series, they like got all the other experiments and like turned them good and made them find their own place in the world and shit like that.
Each one just flopped. Jeez. Alright. But yeah, you said you found it depressing.
Mostly because it's like, mankind is never going to learn from its mistakes, and...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that...
Which is another metaphor for this franchise. It's like, okay, you kind of had people back with the first one. What the fuck did you just do? It's like, wow, you guys are never going to learn how to make another Jurassic Park film.
Also, just like reminding me of like how fucked up the world is right now. It's like, oh, because people keep doing stupid shit and never learn.
Okay, fair enough.
So that's why it got me depressed, so... And that sucks because the whole point of like going to movies is like enjoy it and escape from reality.
Well, for some movies.
For some movies, like for
a Jurassic Park film.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I like dinosaurs. Wouldn't it be cool if they were alive? Oh, but they're also dangerous, so I'm glad they're not alive.
Yeah, it's really just kind of be like, okay, I understand what you're trying to say with this ending. It's not going to work. But I know that the next film that they make from this, it's going to be like, the next one that they make from this won't even like really work unless they jump ahead by like 3 generations.
It'd be Dinotopia.
Basically, like, yeah, this franchise now only really becomes interesting if you jump so far into the future that dinosaurs and man, like, they're living that much in sync with each other. Otherwise, it's just, hey, Chris Pratt, we gotta get you and Blue back together because someone trapped a T-Rex and we gotta go and save it. It's like, that's... So? Who gives a shit? Who cares? Yeah, anything else to say about this movie? Oh, one other thing. Don't bother staying for the end credits, because there is a post-credit scene.
But it's not really worth it.
It's the most non-existent post-credit, because the way this movie ends is we see, like, Blue, like, roaming around in the mountains, looking down at a small neighborhood. We see a T-Rex breaking into a zoo and yelling at a lion. Mm-hmm. We see pterodactyls flying alongside cars. This movie ends with those 3 pterodactyls we saw flying beside the cars landing atop a big tower in Las Vegas. And that's it.
I was just like making a joke.
That's literally the same stuff that we just saw right before the credits ended.
It's like Chris Pratt and Blue go to Vegas and they start.
And then they wake up and he can't find Blue and now he's got to retrace his steps after he got his massive hangover the night before. That's a way more interesting next movie than whatever they have planned. Oh my god.
Oh god, it's gonna be like Theodore Rex.
That's what this was all leading up to.
Yep. The Theodore Rex reboot.
There's someone like writing like the next idea in this franchise is scribbled on a cocktail napkin right now. Just like, fuck man, I don't know. I only plan on one more movie. We destroyed the park. I don't know what to do next. Peach didn't like this movie either. Actually, Peach well enjoyed it. She would have barked at the dinosaurs the entire time. Mm-hmm. It would be so cute. Okay, anything else? But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, if you're gonna have it end on the scientist guy who stole like the chemicals, who stole like the DNA, but is he still even alive? Because he got knocked unconscious and that room blew up, but then someone stole the like DNA at the end. Also, at the end of it, like when he's packing up the DNA, he says, make sure you get this to Mr. And then they say a name. And it's like, are you trying to like hint at like, are you trying to like create like some kind of an established world in which in the next film we'll go in as like the villain is that guy? It's like, you're not Overwatch, okay? You can't put a random scribbling on a wall and then the fans will be so rabid they'll be examining every frame. It's like, oh, I bet this guy is gonna be a thing. Maximilian, that's gotta mean something, right? He's like, no, that works in Overwatch, not in this fucking movie, okay? Jesus Christ. But you know that's what's gonna happen. He said, get this to Mr. and then, which actually, fuck, that might have actually been the name of the guy who was the one selling the dinosaurs, actually. Okay, they might not have been in a future thing in this. That might have been that guy's name. But he was so unimportant, I don't care. But yeah, it's like, okay, just, if you're gonna have a post-credit scene, cut to, like, that guy we saw packing up the DNA, like show us, like, a giant containment room full of that weird mutant dinosaur, or, like, other weird crossbreeds or something in here. Have it be some kind of a teaser like that. Instead, it's just, oh, the teaser is dinosaurs are in the world. It's like, that we know that's how you ended the movie before the credits. That's the post-credit teaser can't just be you repeating the thing that happened right before the end credits. This is really dumb. Just really, really dumb. So yeah, any final thoughts? There's some more stuff I want to talk about, but it's just so unimportant. Yeah, this movie really did. It's not gonna be on my worst of the year, by no means.
No.
If this makes it into my 10 worst of the year list, wow, was it a good year? But yeah, no, it's not gonna be in that. But it's just it's not a good film. That's what it is. And there's a lot of bad summer action films out there, and it feels like over the years we've gotten better with our summer action films. This one's a big step back. Oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to say. Now I remember. There's one other last thing I want to talk about, which is that this film is under the impression that we all really are invested in this story. That we really are invested in the Jurassic World mythology. Because they're like, we got the bone from the Indominus Rex. And it's like, no one cares about the Indominus Rex. The Indominus Rex was lame.
Yes.
We care about just the other giants. Like, there's a reason why we like that T-Rex and Velociraptor teamed up to beat the shit out of this dinosaur. Because we like those ones. This guy sucks.
Yeah. Remember when they tried to make the Spinosaurus the new T-Rex?
And the third one? Yeah. Like, that ain't working,
Nope.
man. And that's kind of what this is, too. Except that in the last one, it feels like they realized that. And this one is like, we got the Indominus Rex. We got the Indominus Rex. In fact, isn't it like Indominosaurus Rex?
Like, I don't know.
I think I've been saying it wrong this entire time. That's how little I care.
Indominus, like, I don't know. It's a made-up dinosaur, so who gives a fuck?
Yeah, but they keep like bringing up, like, yes, that big monster from the last film. We're gonna bring back the big monster from the last film. Like, no one cared about the big monster in the last film. And the scientist guy is the same evil scientist guy from the last film, who also, I'll give him credit, was one of the scientist guys in the original film. He was like there when he was like 20 years old in that first film as a scientist guy, and they've been bringing him back for these. So I gave him credit in the last film for that, but now they're trying to like bring him back and turn him into like the big villain of the franchise. Like, no one cares about a big villain for the franchise. The big villain for the franchise was man's hubris in the first film. And we learned our stupid fucking lesson from it. Dear God. And then, yeah, that's kind of one of the things that worked for Jurassic World. The concept behind that one was, oh, we didn't learn our stupid lesson from it. Because everything worked out in that one. Oh, but man's hubris will always come back eventually. It's like, yeah, we've now totally learned that. We've learned it twice now. We don't need an actual real villain in this. Like, the actual real villain might as well be that little dancing DNA strand from the first film. This was really just...
No, the real villain is that little girl who let out all the dinosaurs.
She had better be something. She was so lame in this.
No, but like there was like one scene where there's just like a close-up of her eyes and she just
Did
staring...
you not expect like her eye to like morph into like a reptilian like sliver or something? Like, I really, when it closed in on her eye the same way it closes in on a T-Rex eye, I expected it to do like a little like warp thing.
I was expecting like evil, sinister music to play in the background. She's like, all according to plan.
All according. Yes. God damn this movie.
Yes, I will destroy humankind and I will rule over the dinosaurs.
It really did. They really did try so fucking hard to make everything in this movie epic. Like, every single, like, musical score is blah, 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 blah. Peach is scared now. It's okay. It's okay, Peach. Okay, yeah, I got nothing else to say. This movie stunk. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Come back next time.
Bye.
Bye.